Here we go. Raider Nation. Guess what day it is? Hump Day! Hump Day. Definitely some things I just feel like I need to talk about. I want to set straight. Some thoughts, a little bit of feelings. Things are starting to simmer down, but the tension is still high in the nation. And I think we should have a real talk. Do our best to unravel the mystery that is the 2023 season. What it could mean for 2024. Like, who, what, when, why, how? Realistically. Because obviously we're being heard, but no news is not good news. McDaniels is the man moving forward. The question is, for how long? Your guess is as good as mine, but we're going to talk about it today on Night of the Shield. What's up, 303 Raider? Salute night. Salute to you, bro. All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Night of the Shield. I'm Jason Smith, a.k.a. the Oakland Knight, a.k.a. the Knight, a.k.a. the Blind Jedi, whatever you want to call me. I go by a lot of different names on social media anyway. All right, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders News Review, where we talk Raider news, and sometimes we create our own when there's lack of serious topics to talk about. Brought to you by Independently Blind Studios, where we educate, advocate, motivate, and inspire those who are going through sight loss to overcome their obstacles, live their best life. And it doesn't matter what type of loss you go through, hearing loss, any type of loss in your life, we're here to support and motivate you. Not too bad on that intro, I suppose. I know I've done better and could do better, but it is what it is. It's a mouthful. Can't help it. Welcome into a Wednesday edition of Night of the Shield, and the topic's going to get pretty deep, and I really want people to just state their cause. Ronaldo Villarreal, what's up, Ray? Hi from Estella and Nathaniel. All right, guys. Hello, Estella and Nathaniel. I hope you're being really good for your parents tonight, giving them a little bit of rest. And thank you, Nathaniel, for delivering my cookies. My daughter made some last night, and they were delicious. All right, so here we go. The hottest topic around Raider Nation in the last few days has been the one, the only Josh McDaniels, and rightfully so. I think the nation's voice has been heard. We're fed up. We're done. A lot of different ways that this is being stated. I've seen it all across social media, whether it's X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, YouTube, et cetera, Instagram. It's everywhere. Everywhere you could find a member of the Raider Nation, the word is out. Nobody likes McDaniels. Okay. And I voiced my opinion. I think everybody knows where I stand. There was a viral video, or somewhat viral. I don't know if it fully went viral or not. But there was a gentleman at the Aces victory celebration that confronted Mark Davis, and it got kind of ugly, I guess. And there were some reports and some people reporting that wasn't appropriate. And man, you know, I don't think it was either. It wasn't the right place. Let the Aces celebrate. You know, the Aces have nothing to do with the Raiders outside of the fact that they're owned by the same owner. But outside of that, anyway, right? Salute night from Mark Carbone. What's up, Mark Carbone? Fire McDaniels. He doesn't have the most. He doesn't have the most important quality you need as a coach: leadership. Harbaugh should be the choice. And that story and that situation, should thicken the plot a little bit as we look forward to the offseason. But buckle up, Mark, because I really don't see, McDaniels getting fired this season, because I think the evidence is there. I think the nation's voice has been heard. I think a lot of people are talking about it. There's nothing happening one way or the other. And we're going to talk about that tonight, because let's start there. We've seen the video of the gentleman that confronted Mark Davis, and then Mark Davis responded basically like, "I heard you. You don't need to keep coming at me." And it was kind of ruining a high moment for Mark. And maybe, I guarantee you, Mark wasn't going to address it there anyway. But there hasn't been a press release. There hasn't been any statement that I've heard. And if anybody's heard anything other than please put it down in the comment section. Your voice is heard here. But I can't understand. I can't wrap my head around the idea that Mark is not at least trying to address the nation and give us some type of clarity of where he stands now. I know he's not obligated to, but his fan base is pretty pissed off. And the fan base is the one who supports the team from a certain point of view. Like there's revenue sharing, right? And that stadium is filled up, and you got the support of the casinos in Nevada, and it's very dim. Like we have to understand that he's not hurting for money, and he knows that winning cures all. So we have to really sit tight and just kind of let this thing play out. Obviously, he doesn't want to address us. He's not ready to stir the pot, and that's probably where my biggest problem's at. Look, you don't have to address me or the nation. Like it's not. I'm not worried about that at this point. What I'm personally looking for from Mark Davis is I want him to address McDaniels. I want him to address the situation from the standpoint of, hey, I may have given you, because if this is what's been reported, right? The man is here 3 years. They were guaranteed 3 years to build this thing. So here's my take, right? If you're going to keep him 3 years, you got to start putting some pressure on this man. And I'm not saying you haven't done that, because we're not in those rooms, but the nation is at the point where you could put something out there publicly and raise the stakes a little bit just by making it public. Having someone leak some type of information that's really going to make McDaniels question whether or not he's making the right calls, something to motivate that man, because he can't motivate his team properly, that may be something that can be sparked in him to make a change. And that's the first thing I wanted to say. That's just part one, right? Mark, as the owner of this organization, I feel, have an obligation. And I'm not saying you haven't done it, but at this point, when your fan base is this upset and asking, give us something to hold on to, it'd be so simple as to say he's on the hot seat. And then whatever you decide later, you decide later. You can calm the storm, but you don't. You just let this fire burn. And if that's what you want, I mean, it's your call, dude. But I really think that publicly, something should be said about McDaniels at least being on the hot seat. It'll calm the masses, and I think it could change the perspective of McDaniels and his confidence, or lack thereof, in job security. Raider Combo is in the house. What's up, brother? What's up, Knight? What's up, Raider Combo? I don't see the coach getting fired until the end of next year. And you're possibly right, because that is the report, right? I don't think Davis wants to reset yet. I don't think so either. I think he's invested a lot of money in some key players, and we're going to talk about that, because there's something that's been going around, and I want to clear up. And this is why it's titled, like, what is the real expectations? And we got to start looking at some other things here as well. We'll get into that here in just a second. Mark Carbone, he should be fired by the bye week. Elevate Rob Ryan. It's a possibility. I mean, I don't think Rob's never had been able to do something like that. We could kind of test the waters. He's a pretty beloved guy. He's no Bisaccia, but he's also has a little bit more Gruden in him too. He'll bring some fire, but I think he'll bring some confidence and some respect to the locker room. At least that would be my idea anyway. Raider Combo. Season is what I meant. Okay, so yeah, okay. By the end of the season, he's going to have a decision to make, especially if Harbaugh is willing and able. Because I mean, that's something that he could fix a wrong with a right, because that was one of the other big names that were mentioned during that time, right? And until McDaniels' names enter the picture anyway. Raider John, bro was just practicing his First Amendment rights. Truth is, he's lucky it was just one with a sign. If this keeps going the way it's been, it's going to be a lot more than that. I still like that, right? It's my first. It was a First Amendment audit, John. Is that what he was doing? Was he doing an audit? He was trying to get the attention of the police, of the popo. Nick 209. What I miss. Salute. Salute. Love the channel. Nick 209. We love you and we appreciate you, bro. We're just basically, there's really no new news to talk about. There's not much news to get into Detroit just yet. There's a lot of things that need to be announced. A lot of that will start coming out tomorrow. And I just been hearing some things. So number one, there was we're talking about the video about the guy approaching Mark at the Aces celebration for their championship, and the fact that Mark hasn't addressed anything about this through the media. There's no leaked reports saying that he's kind of talked to McDaniels or put any type of pressure on the situation. So that's where we started. And now I want to bring something else up. And as we kind of move into the second part of what I want to talk about with realistic expectations, Raider Combo, salute to the chat. Salute. Lafayette. Shield, what's up? What's up, Lafayette? Appreciate the cheer, brother. Raider Trey, what's up, Knight? What's up, brother? If the Renfro, and you're setting me up perfect right now. If the Renfro trade happens, McDaniels isn't going anywhere for a while. And I'm glad you brought that up, all right? Because this is the narrative that's out there. And I want to clarify a few things when it comes to McDaniels, Renfro, and this organization, okay? And we'll go ahead and start that since you set it up so well, Trey. I appreciate you. All the reports, right? We've been known that Renfro's been out there on the block for a while, and everybody's taken the opportunity with the McDaniels meltdown, is what I'm going to call it, because I don't think there's anybody that has a platform, fan base wise anyway, that has not melted down on the fact that McDaniels obviously has not won the nation over. In fact, opposite thereof, everybody's calling for his head. So every move that's made, it's McDaniels' name that is brought up. McDaniels is not John Gruden. McDaniels does not hold the axe, the hammer, the mallet, any of it. That's in Dave Ziegler's hand. Now, that's why Dave is on the thumbnail, because at the end of the day, that's Dave's call. Dave handles player personnel. Dave finds the talent. Dave signs the talent. Him and his team go through the list and they make those decisions based off many different scenarios. Trying to acquire a player, trade for player. What is the compensation? What kind of money is going to be involved? All that is decided by Ziegler. Now, am I saying that McDaniels and Ziegler don't talk about maybe the situation between the staff and Renfro? Is there a disconnect? It looks to be that way. It looks to be that way since last year. Is Renfro hurt by the way his friends have been handled? Maybe. But everybody knows by now, this is a business. You can't get your feelings hurt every time you play with somebody that you like. They're here today, gone tomorrow. And I want to start separating the fact that every decision that's been made is solely on Josh McDaniels. Outside of play calling, who starts, who doesn't start, the typical stuff that we know that he is exactly in charge of, which is there's enough there for us to rant, rave, get pitchforks, the whole nine. Like, we don't need to take every little negative thing that comes out of this organization and say, McDummy, McDumbass, none of that is relevant at this point to me. And I want to keep things real, which leads me to my next point. but I'm going to go ahead and read some of the stuff. So just to kind of let you know about that trade, you know, that he's not going anywhere. I mean, it will show that he has a say, right? But again, but I'm going to be honest. Who doesn't like Renfrow? I think the Raider Nation, we've been so lacking talent on this team for so long that we fall in love with anybody who does anything consistent for a short period of time. And Renfrow, third and Renfrow, look, he's beloved by the Raider Nation. He's a tough dude. You know, he was underrated. He came and proved himself. He fits a certain system. He just does not fit this one. It's a more positive thing that he's moving on than staying. But let me tell you what. I like the ceiling of a Trey Tucker way more than I do a Hunter Renfrow. I like the play of Jacoby Myers in this system way better than I did Hunter Renfrow. In this system now, okay? I'm not saying that Hunter got a fair shot. Look, he had all last season. It didn't work out. He had concussions. There's a whole lot of things that are played into it. We don't know what's said behind the scenes, what kind of feelings were hurt. We don't know any of that. But at the end of the day, it was same with the DC. Like, sometimes it's the best thing to let the player go. Once a Raider, always a Raider. This has nothing to do with how we feel with Renfrow or how we feel about the Raider Nation or anything like that. At some point, we have to be realists and say, you know what? If we could move on from Renfrow, if, you know, and his contract's an issue, but, you know, if we don't, you know, at some point we got to free some of that money up. You got to right the wrong. Sometimes it's okay to be wrong. And I think that's one other thing we need to take in consideration. Nothing is going to be perfect. It's like the Chandler Jones things. If they really saw the future and that it was going to be like that, they wouldn't have done what they did. They were trying to fix some wrongs and right some things up. And in the process, they screwed up big time. Dave is a part of that too, not just Josh. I would even say on player personnel, more on Dave. That is Dave's job to make these contracts. It's Dave's job to kind of set the piece out, right? Kind of build those bridges in between coaches. He has to be that person. We heard it from one of the kids that he mentored in high school as a counselor and how he turned the page on that. That's his job, in my opinion. Find talent that's going to stick. Start making these decisions and step in and help. And one of the ways I think he could help is by putting that heat on his boy as well. Nick 209. I think the Raiders should take their time until the right coach is found. And that's the realization after I've calmed down over the past few days. Nick, that's pretty much where I'm at. Like, look, it's not that I'm rooting for the guy because, I mean, I think I made my point clear Sunday. I don't think I need to continue to sit here with the pitchfork and yell at the top of my lungs about how much I want this all to change now. Realistically, we still have to showcase what we have, what type of talents here. These guys make a living off winning. There's no tanking. I'm not trying to ruin these guys' career or their ability to make money or play this game. They need to go out there and put a maximum effort out there and win some football games. So, I mean, for those who want to move on, for those who want a better draft pick, for those who want us to go after a Caleb Williams or a Drake May, anybody with that in mind should be okay with the dude sticking around till the end of the season, because if truth continues to show itself and we're right and this guy can't coach himself out of a corner, then all of that is going to be more attainable, right? Whether he stays or not, at least we'll have that option on the table. Because I promise you, firing McDaniels, having someone like Rob Ryan step in temporarily is not going to change the narrative of where this team ultimately is going to end up. And that is not in the Super Bowl, right? This is not a Super Bowl caliber team, Rob Ryan or no Rob Ryan, or if you could, and there's nothing on this staff right now that screams opportunity. So we just need to let it go. Rafa, what's up, nation? What's up, Rafa? Julian Hernandez, what's up, brother? Is Mark Davis really going to see this? I'm going to be honest with you. I can't tell you that Mark Davis is really going to see this, bro, but I'll tell you what, someone on his staff possibly could. It's happened in the past. I've had evidence back in 2012, 13, around there. I know that they took an idea off one of my videos that I did way, way back in the day. It's no longer on this channel, so, don't look for it. But it was, what does the shield mean to you? And they turned it into a contest. I think Mikey still has the report up on it. I know guys like Byron95 will share that story with you. Raider John was a part of that. Raider John had an amazing story that came out of that. It was a big movement back in the day. So there is social media teams inside the organization that keep an eye on all of these types of things. Trust me. But can I sit here and tell you that Mark Davis is going to see this? Nah, Mark's not going to see this. And I'm not talking directly to Mark either, Julian. I'm talking to the nation and anybody who wants to listen. We are just talking football. We're sitting at the bar tonight, bud, having a drink, talking Raider football. And if he does, is he really going to do anything? Again, bro, I don't expect him to. Mark Davis, let me set myself straight with you, Julian, okay? Because I'm not here to act like I have a voice like that or I have authority or anything like that. I am just like you and everybody else in this chat. I'm a member of the Raider Nation. I love talking football. I will speak my mind. But I also believe that Mark Davis is the owner. He has that right. It's his legacy, his father's legacy. It was handed down to his mother, who's going to hand it off to him if he can afford it. And I'm a big believer if it doesn't matter how you get it in this world, if it's yours, and nobody can take it from you but you. It's all up to you. So, Julian, it's up to Mark Davis. He has, and we don't have to like it, and we could talk crap and we could be mad, but at the end of the day, it's his business, dude. Raiders combo night. Do you think if McDaniels does get fired, will Dave get fired? Will Dave get fired as well, since it was a package deal? Now, the way I remember hearing it, Raider combo was, he was kind of keying on a couple. It was Ziegler, and there was that guy from the Colts. I want to say DeBow. I might be around. So I might be wrong. If anybody remembers the name, just put it in the chat. But it became to those two, and he was asked who you targeting as head coach. Ziegler brought up McDaniels' name, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know he'd be available." So again, it was a Mark Davis choice to fall in love with the Patriot way that we all talk about. How real or real not that truly is, I don't really believe in all that. I know that they're implementing a lot of that because that's what they know, what they learned, and what they came up in. But at the end of the day, I'm not big on that title. I mean, look at any coach that goes anywhere, they bring in their guys from their former jobs, etc. But if Ziegler doesn't want to be part of that scenario, okay, I believe that Ziegler needs to step up and say something now. I think Ziegler needs to be part of the solution and not protect his boy and just hold on and ride this all the way out. I think he needs to step up and say, you know what, Mark, we may have to make a move, especially if he truly starts to lose the locker room this season. If Dave wants to save his job, in my opinion, combo, he needs to use his voice. Fierce Raiders 88, welcome, bro. Appreciate you. Can somebody ask me how the best wide receiver and the best running back last year looks so pedestrian this year? Well, I don't know if I have the exact answer you want to hear or even the exact answer for the truth of the matter, but I could tell you this. Part of it is play design, quarterback play, offensive line play. All of it's working hand in hand. And when I'm watching the game and when I've looked at, and again, I don't have the all 22 tape or anything like that, but when I'm looking at these plays unravel, people are getting open. So these play designs are working as basic as they are. What's not working is pushing the ball down the field, doing a better job of, and even though you're overwhelmed at the line of scrimmage, you got to find a way to put enough bodies to slow people down. And then the quarterback needs to make better decisions. We don't have a mobile quarterback. They're sitting ducks back there. Garoppolo, Hoyer, even a guy like O'Connell that we all want to see get a shot, because he's young and got younger legs, he might have a better chance of moving the pocket out a little bit, but none of these guys are lightning fast or extremely mobile. That's hurting us. That's hurting us big time. Having statues back there, not making the right decision, and everybody loading the blocks and blitzing all the damn time. So it's a combination of a lot of things. Raider Trey, yeah. Uh, it's Trey. Okay. Am I saying it right? Yeah, it's Trey, right? I don't know what I said, bro. I'm sorry. It's Trey, like, as in Travis. Okay. As in, oh, okay. Hey, just for the record, for everybody that's new here, I'm legally blind, so I will see things funny. I have it blown up like you have no idea on this big ass monitor I got right here. So now that you say it, I'm zoomed in a little bit more, and I see that it's a V, not a Y. So Raider Trav, appreciate you for correcting that for me. Appreciate you, bro. You're good, brother. Thank you, man. All right, Raider combo. Trey Tucker seems like he might take his spot if Renfrow gets traded or leaves. Look, he's kind of already replaced him for the most part, and I think I'm ready to see that. The one thing that you're not going to get from Renfrow is those major electrical plays. Like, he's elusive. He's not super fast, but he runs great routes. And a lot of his routes are little extra steps and extra jukes. And in this system where it's all about timing and crisp routes, I think that's part of the problem when it comes to McDaniels and Renfrow not being on the same page. And I loved Renfrow style of play, just for the record, right? I loved Hunter Renfrow. I loved his ability. He'll do whatever it takes to shake a guy and get open. But we have to do just, I mean, whether we like McDaniels, his system, his play calling, doesn't, at this point, you're going to want the best guy on the field to get the job done based off what it is that we're running. And that's the case. And it's very unfortunate, but I do like Trey Tucker. I don't think we'll miss Renfrow for long. I think Trey Tucker is going to be an outstanding football player. Sam Tanaka, salute Knight. Salute Tanaka. Welcome. Raider Ben's in the house. What's good, Knight? Man, it's just another day. I saw your pick'em show today. Way to go. Nick 209. Can a talented quarterback really change this offense? No, I don't personally think so. Well, there's more to that, right? And make it work if we're stuck with this regime. I think it goes both ways, Nick. Now, getting an elusive hybrid is what I'm calling it, quarterback, new generational quarterback, right? A guy that can make plays all across the backfield, move the pocket, not just be a one area thrower. It's just, what we know as the traditional pocket. If he can create pockets across the backfield, you see Patrick Mahomes do it. And that's what the Bears quarterback was doing to us too. They were running away from Crosby and buying him some more time to make some plays. So, look, that is going to help, Nick. It really will. But it only helps if the coach realizes that he has to play to his player strengths too. The problem with McDaniels for me, when it comes to leadership, is that he expects people to play to his visions versus him playing to their strengths. And I know he thinks he tries to find guys that he feels are going to fit his system the way he wants it to. And if you listen closely to what I said, that's the problem. It always comes down to McDaniels, not these players. And he's hurting people. He's hurting people because of that fact, right? And he went out and got quarterbacks that are just, Father Time has called them. They're just not young enough to get the job done. And the youngest one is a rook. It comes with its own issues, right? Dark, salute, Jason. Salute right back at you, Dark. Appreciate you, brother. Dark saying salute to Ben. Sam Tanaka, what's up? What's up, Ben and Dark? Everybody saying what's up to each other. I love it. Ben, Dark. Salute at Tanaka. Raider Ben, Sam. Love it, man. D the Sum's in the house. What's up, D the Sum? Longtime subscriber of the channel. What's up, Raider Nation? What's up, D? Dark. Wow, let's see. We're doomed either way. I agree. Firing Josh only speeds up the hiring process to a certain degree, depending on who. See, again, I think there's more to it, right? Dark, like firing Josh, and I don't know if J.O.'s here tonight. J.O., if you're here, I know he usually watches the show later, and he'll comment on the after show if he's not here live. But if you're listening to J.O., you can go ahead and put your 2 cents in the chat, because he makes some good points. Like, we don't have a president or how would you say it? A football operations dude, right? Someone that's going to take care of all that kind of stuff. and run this organization from the football perspective, not from the place of holding the offices tight and all this bells and whistles and stuff like that. We're talking literally football operations, and that's Tom Brady. Then it's Tom Brady. Look, somebody that can come in, at least understand the game a lot better than Mark and try to figure this thing out. If you don't have that in place, Mark can make the same mistake. I know he has a board of directors or some type of committee that he has that he talks to, and I don't know exactly who's on it, how many former players or former Raiders or what have you, or tycoons out there in the Nevada area now, casino tycoons maybe that are helping him make business decisions. And I don't know where he's getting his information, but you have to fix that process too. So, and you're right. So getting rid of Josh now is not, whether it speeds up that process or not, we got to fix the process, period. Raider Ben, hashtag fire McDaniels, hashtag fire McDaniels. Trust me. And it was the one cool thing about that video is Davis knows. He knows. Trust me, he knows. I'm for firing JM Dummy, Josh McDummy. I'm down too. Like I don't see it. I just don't. And I think by the end of the season, he's gonna lose this team. There's too many key players that are starting to get frustrated with him, and you start losing our big dogs and the confidence in them. They're going to force you to rebuild too. So, I mean, I would just go for it. Sam Tanaka. Could this be the season Mark pulls an Al Davis and fires McDaniels on Christmas, on Christmas Eve? Man, you could make another National Lampoon's movie out of that, and I would watch it over and over again every Christmas. Let's see. James Chacon, what's up? What's up, nation? What's up, James? Welcome. Raider Ben. James, Raider Ben. Do the sum. Dark, salute. Everybody's saluting each other, saying what's up. Ray Gonzalez is in the house. Salute, Raider Nation. What's up, Ray? Dark, salute, and do the sum. Salute at Ray Gonzalez. All right, we're all the way down here to Keith. Let me see if I'm saying this right. Keith Harleek, if I said that right. Did McDaniels not know that his offense wouldn't be explosive? I'm sorry, man. I got to reset this. That his offense wouldn't explosive. I think he meant enough. An accurate, deep passer. Again, when you're a narcissist like McDaniels, and it's clear and more clear every single time I see him take the podium that this guy is beyond narcissist, right? He thinks that his decision, he's going to ride and die with his decision. I mean, I've Hondo Carpenter even talked about it, that he knows that Jimmy can throw the deep ball. He's seen it in practice. So in Josh's mind, he can throw the deep ball. Now, no one's ever said he could throw the deep ball accurate, or he could throw the deep ball deep enough, or consistently well thrown with velocity. None of that, right? They just say he could throw the deep ball. We just know, we haven't even seen it. There's been a couple of times it's been a lame duck. People are getting hit, not hitting people in strides. I think he got Devontae on a nice deep pass, and it didn't hit him in stride, and he kind of caught it and slid backwards into the end zone. So short answer to you, Keith, is from a McDaniel standpoint, McDaniel thinks he can, obviously, and most people say he can. As far as what we've seen, no, he can't and he shouldn't, and that's part of the problem, yes. Ray Gonzalez, salute Dark. Rafa, Benther, salute. There's Rafa. Rafa saying what's up to Dark. Salute to Rafa. Let's see, Rafa, good to see your channel. Awesome. All right, let me go check my numbers real quick. I got 32 of you in here, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I only got 14 likes. Do a brother a favor. Take a quick second to hit that like button for me. Let's run those numbers up. I appreciate all of you. And if this is your first time here, think about becoming a subscriber. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Edgar V's in the house. What's up, Edgar? Greetings, sir. Greetings to you. We need to trade for a quarterback or start AOC 4 and trade for a defensive tackle. Now, I agree with everything you said. It's just about timing for me, right? I mean, there's no quarterback to trade for right now. We don't need to worry about that. I think if we're going to make a move on a quarterback, it's going to be in the offseason during the draft. At least that would be the way that I personally would do it. I don't know about this organization, this regime at this point. I do agree. I would like to see AOC 4. I would like to test the waters a little harder on that to see where he's at and what kind of future he may have with McDaniels. Also, when it comes to going after a defensive tackle, I wouldn't sell anything that we got now for that yet. I don't think that we're making any type of run for a Super Bowl or anything like that. So I don't think I'm ready to give up and press for that kind of capital unless there's a deal that we can't pass up, and Renfro's included in that. So yes to everything you said. It just, to me, it would have to be pretty specific and on point and make sense. And at this point, it's kind of like battle with what you got and see what we can make of the season and then regroup. I stand by what I said last week. Not watching any more games with this regime. And more power to you, dude. Respect, mad respect for that. You could always listen and hear us complain about what went wrong, right? For me, and it's been that way for quite a few years, even with the John Gruden regime, I'm just not buying any new stuff, man. I'm not supplying that NFL chain. I'm not giving anything to the revenue circle. I want to see that, if I'm going to financially support and do my part as a fan, because like I said this the other day, man, I will go to a game. I will make it happen. But that's a lot of money for a legally blind guy to go and have an experience and not have confidence in this organization that they can even win. You have to change that narrative for me. My wallet's staying closed for now. Raider Twan's in the house. What's good, fam? What's good, bro? Dark. Salute at Nick 209. Glad you're here, brother. Or I hear you, brother. Nick 209. Salute, Dark. Gonna be a long season. It's going to be a long season. I just hope that they change the regime and bring you back sooner rather than later. The number 83ers, if I'm saying that correctly. Salute, nation. Salute. All right. Raider Rocha 1974. What's up, brother? Raider Rocha in the house. Welcome, brother. Let's see. Vuchizi, if I'm saying that correctly as well. Who steps up? Who steps up if we fire McDaniels? A lot of us believe it probably should be Rob Ryan. I could see them just maybe handing the keys to Patrick Graham too. I'm not sure that's the right idea. He's having a hard enough time sitting up in the booth calling this defense. I don't want to distract him any more than he's already maybe a little distracted now. So I would say Rob Ryan personally. There needs to be a replacement for sure. I mean, there's always some type of interim coach at that point. And you saw what they did when Gruden left is they picked the best motivating guy, a guy that could just go there, manage the game to the best of his ability, and he let the position coaches take it from there, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. And that's probably what I would do. I would make Lombardi offensive coordinator, keep Pat on the defense, and then just bring Rob Ryan to manage the game and motivate the team. Sam Tanaka, I've never liked McDaniels. But we've come far from the dark. We come far from the dark days when we cheered on the punter. We cheered on the punter because we couldn't get a first down. I remember that too. I do remember that. To save our lives. Yeah. And I think we use the kicking game less and less. I like to take more pressure off Carlson and get more touchdowns than field goals, but I feel you. And Nick 209, I'm dreading it already. Laugh out loud. We wait so long for the season to start. Oh, that's true. We wait so long for the season to come back around to witness another upset. I get that. Like it's hard. It's become really hard. And the games that we do win, we can't just sit back and enjoy a game, have a drink, kick our feet up, and just kind of be like, yeah, this is it, right? Nick 209, nothing new for me. Been watching since early 90s. I'm reading that right? Yep, early 90s at dark. Yeah, man. And there was just a few times in the 90s where you could kind of get excited and pumped up, but for the most part, it is pretty much the same. Let's see. Nico Lopez. What's up, Nico Lopez? Fire McDaniels, red exclamation marks. He infuriated us and ruined us because he knew we would be the next big team in the AFC West. I don't know about that one, bro. I smell a lot of smoke. Nah, I don't think it has anything to do with that at all, bro. I really, really don't. We weren't on a trajectory, in my opinion, to be the next big thing in the AFC West. I don't think we had the pieces. I don't think we had enough pieces, and I don't think the previous regime was headed there in that type of dominant way. I think if you give a real coach and a real GM and a real organization that's got things lined up right, I think anything is possible. You can be a competitive team, but the next big thing, I don't know. I personally didn't see it, but then again, I don't see well anyway. So take my word for what it is. Salute Tuan from Tanaka. Raider Ton, salute Sam. Let's see. Guadalupe Rodriguez. What's going on, Guadalupe? I can't accept the fact that when we need touchdowns, we take field goals. And that game it really pissed me off in Chicago. Don't get me wrong about that. When the situation calls for a run play, we pass. Sorry, I can't. And again, that's him overthinking it. That's him completely overthinking it, trying to catch them. Well, they expect us to run, so I'm going to pass. They expect me to pass. I'm going to run. He's not confident in his play calling. He's got too much on his plate. And when you go for it on fourth down just to kick a field goal 3 plays later, oh man, that was it for me. It really was it for me. That was horrible. There's no way that you can explain that to me to make me accept that at all. Big Ray's in the house. What's up, Big Ray? I don't understand how Mark Davis is allowing McDaniels to single-handedly single-handedly gutting our Raiders. Let's see. I think it's a sabotage. I don't believe in all that. I really don't. He's going to coach the team, and Ziegler and him are going to make decisions based off their principles. They're going to make decisions based off their philosophies and offense. It's not so much a sabotage. And I could see if we didn't have a replacement for Renfrow, but I think DeAndre Carter and Trey Tucker are fantastic football players. And if you're not going to get along and play a guy, because I like Renfrow enough where I want him to be traded. I want Renfrow to have more opportunities. It doesn't mean that I agree and I think Renfro's trash or anything like that. I just think that this relationship between him and the Raiders have been torn for a while, and I want to see him get opportunities. And in order to do that, they need to let him go. So hopefully they make that happen, and he could have an outstanding part of the second half of his season somewhere else. Big Ray. Rob Ryan for interim as a player's coach. I totally agree. I totally 100% agree with that one. 100%. Ray Gonzalez. I agree, Jason. AOC should start the rest of the season or rest of the way to see how the team responds. Not only the way the team responds, because I think there might be a bit more to his ability to throw the football with velocity, not have so much care, not overthink things, not try to compare it to his past or his physical abilities. And we kind of need to see what he truly is in a significant amount of time. Not one game here, one game there. I think somebody was talking about, they were all for the Hoyer start, and it might have been Q from Locked On Raiders, because they want to see him play multiple games and see if he can improve week to week. We talk about it here all the time, moving that needle. Does the defense playing consistent enough? Are they consistently moving the needle? And you want to see that. And that's what we need from AOC. If he plays just one game here and there, it's hard to compare whether or not he's truly growing in the system. Salute at Navy Vet 45. I think I missed you, Navy, or he's right here. Here we go. Salute. I might have read something, I might not have. Nick 209, Pete Rodriguez. No, not Pete. Sorry. Hold on. Nick 209. Fax Rodriguez. When McDaniels realizes, when he realizes, my gosh. When McDaniel realizes we're losing, it's too late. And he makes the worst decisions. Too conservative. I used to sit here and give Gruden such a bad time, man, because Gruden, that's kind of Gruden's philosophy. Like, and they're two different coaches, they're two different offenses, they're two different types of conservative, right? Gruden was the type of guy that would come out and get a lead on you, and all he would want to do is run the football. That's it. He wanted to work the clock with the running game, and he put too much time and effort into it, and he didn't want any mistakes given to ruin his lead. And I don't feel Gruden's ever had the defense in the second term to kind of play that type of football. But he was an old dog that didn't want to change his ways. He would never let DC put his foot on someone's throat and keep that offensive going. If it was working in the first half, you should continue to do it in the second half until they can prove they can stop it, right? Navy Vet 45, salute Dark. How's it going, brother? Do the sum. John Harbaugh 2024. John or Jim? There's two of them going to be available. Why don't we get John and Jim? Why don't we make a brother combo out of it? How about that? See if we can get them both over here. D the sum. John Harbaugh 2024. Navy Vet 45. It's going great. I don't know if I need to read these for you guys. You guys probably have better vision than I do. I don't need to struggle. Belinda Brown. Salute, Belinda. Welcome very much. Thank you for being here, Belinda. Appreciate you. Verchisi. One idea is giving up play calling to the OC. Yeah, I think that could possibly help. But you're talking about a guy who's extremely narcissistic and is thinking that they're struggling, and he ain't going to admit that he's the problem. He just won't do it. But McDaniel's ego, there you go. I guess I should have just finished your comment, huh? But McDaniel's ego won't let that happen. Not at all. He won't let that happen at all. Fire Bro's in the house. Fire Bro, my boy. What's up? Night. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Fire Bro, another longtime subscriber and follower and supporter of the show. I appreciate you, man. Let's see. YouTube's not sending me notifications when you go live, Night. Check to make sure, which I'm sure you probably already have done this, that you have that bell selected, bro. And then I'm working on some things right now on the back end for the first time. I'm actually trying to set up monetization right now, and I'm kind of waiting for some approvals. I've never done it before, so I'm trying to figure it out. But so I don't know if that'll help things out or start to correct things. But Fire Bro, I think a lot of it is because I was dormant for so long, and now that I'm starting to make more content, I'm hoping that they kind of start opening the doors. They've been reaching out to me a lot too with just ideas and stuff, so they see that I've been going live a lot more. Sam Tanaka. Hire Harbaugh, I should be able to say that, as head coach. Ray Lewis as defensive coordinator. That's like a dream team, bro. Oh my gosh, I would love that. I think that would be insane. Fire Bro, I'll check my settings again. Yeah, just check it again and maybe like turn it on or turn it off. If it's on, turn it off and turn it back on and see if that changes anything. And sometimes there's some other stuff that you could do there. Like I said, I'm working on some stuff on the back end, so hopefully that kind of kicks me up the algorithm again and starts opening things back up for those who are not getting the notifications, because I know I've heard that quite a bit. Navy Vet 45 at Dark, just chilling. Salute at Fire Bro from Dark, and Dark at Navy Vet. They're having a conversation. Fantastic. I love watching the nation talk and get along. Okay, let's go down. Let's see. Guadalupe Rodriguez. Sup, bro? Good vibes to your channel. Raiders for life. Guadalupe, I appreciate that. I need all the help I can get. For those who don't know, my goal is to help support teens going through sight loss in the school districts, starting from junior high. If I can get them younger, that's cool. I help at any age, even the older. I have a channel called Independently Blind. I'm legally blind myself, so all my proceeds that I make here are going to help me take that to the next level And you'll hear me mention a few of my students and stuff, and they'll be in the chat from time to time again. I got the blind gamer that shows up. That's Lou Dog. He's a senior at a high school where I'm at. I got my friend Kenny. He's my partner in Independently Blind, so we're kind of the mentors and leaders of that group. And there's a couple others. Ray's here. There's a lot of people that support the blind community in Raider Nation. It's a pretty big thing. A lot of blind Raider fans. Let me put it that way. Cuban Raider. Hello. What's up, Cuban Raider? Welcome. Raider Nation. Raider Nation John. Salute. Let's see. Navy Vet 45. Salute, Raider Nation. Jason. Salute right back at you, Navy Vet. How's it going, brother? Man, it's going. I don't know if that's to me or the other Jason. I didn't see him in here yet. Dark, salute, Raider Nation. Dark, my guy. Let's see. Dark, I messaged you. Let's see. Big Ray. Let's see. I'm hoping Renfro gets to a contending team. I wish that for all really good, solid football players. Like, I mean, I know that we can question some of the things that they've done. I don't have anything on Renfro or any of these guys, right? Waller, DC, there's been good, the bad, the ugly. That goes with any organization at any time. As you've been there long enough, you're going to have your ups and your downs. But I'm not going to be that guy that's going out and rooting for them on other football teams. But, if the opportunity's there, I'd like to see them have good careers, especially since they started as Raiders. Ray Gonzalez. So McDaniels said AOC can only play in preseason. Well, he kind of, yeah. But then put him in after they were losing. So he was trying to act as if, because I think he's heard the rumblings. Because again, like, even if he's not listening to the shows or he's not hearing people talk, he's got people that do, and people will say things to him, and there's a whole team and stuff out there, right? I'm sure he heard the narrative about us wanting to see what AOC's got. So he keeps throwing that jab of, well, I'm not going to treat it like a preseason game, meaning he's going to throw his young guy out there and see what he's got, or see, well, then why did you do it against the Chargers? Like, he is so inconsistent. That's the narcissism, guys. You guys really want to know what it's like to have that kind of ego? McDaniels is a walking perfect example of that. Now, trust me, most players, most coaches, most owners, they're going to have that type of attitude anyway. Money changes people like that. It just does. But at the same time, it's like, you got to know, if you're going to be successful, you got to know when to put it down. Like, come on. Like, you're not going to grow and get better if you don't continue to admit you're wrong and change the things that are hurting you. Navy Vet. Navy Vet 45. I was in a special eds aid for kids, and I'm a caregiver. Navy Vet 45, salute to you. There's nothing I enjoy more than the supporters of the special need community. I have a daughter who's fully special needs. I mean, she doesn't talk, she doesn't walk. We got to do everything for her. Obviously, I'm legally blind, so my wife is a huge sighted supported help for me. We call in our community, blind community, we call them sighted supporters. And without our sighted supporters, man, there's a lot of things that we need aid for, whether it's especially when they drive. Salute to my wife for always driving me around when I need to. But I also have other means of transportation as far as like transits and stuff that I use, and Uber and all that good stuff. But shout out to you, Navy Vet. Much love, much respect. Guadalupe Rodriguez. Renfro is legit. He comes off the bench, and in a fourth down, gets you a first down. That's what he does. And in some, he is not being used properly. And again, that is to be, I agree. And he's not being used properly, Guadalupe, because again, the ego of Josh McDaniels is not going to change the system to fit Renfro. He wants Renfro to fit the system. And Renfro's just a different guy. He's not going to be your timing guy. Not in this offense anyway. Raider Nation, Jason's in the house. Salute Navy. Salute Jason. Like your content. Dark sent me. Killer. Big Ray at Navy Vet 45. Salute, bro. Sam Tanaka. O'Connell did good did good with vanilla plays. Dang it. In the preseason. Can we use those plays from now on? Just saying. Sometimes, just like McDaniels went and told Patrick Graham to dumb it down, right? To make it simple and get more out of the players. He should be doing the same. But kind of, with the exception of he should be literally telling Jimmy Garoppolo, whoever's in there, throw it deep. We got to hit more big plays downfield. If Monday is a blowout, Davis will definitely feel the pressure. 100%. 100%. Road King Raiders in the house. Welcome back, brother. Nice to see you here again. It's been a few days already. I'm emotional. Emotional disconnect and found its way back again. 30 years now. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, and there's not much that we could change. We just got to go along for the ride and hope that he makes the right decision at the end of the day. And the end of the day is going to probably be the end of the season, unless he completely loses the locker room, which would probably be our best bet at this point. But these guys are not simply just going to lay down and screw the coach over, because it's kind of their reputation too, right? They want to play. They want the opportunities. They don't want to be the team that just, it's not going to help their career by doing that, right? Navy Vet 45. Bro, I was adopted. Every sibling had medical conditions. Me too. Well, Navy Vet 45, you got my support, bro. You want to check us out over at Independently Blind? I mean, yes, it's blind based, but I mean, we open the door for everybody. In fact, the group I run every month, Independently Blind, we have people that have autism, blindness, spina bifida. I open up the door to everybody. I mean, obviously, blindness is my specialty because I go through it myself. So obviously, I understand it and how to not correct it, but use the tools and assistive technology out there to help motivate people. But I mean, you'd be surprised how all of our stories are connected. It doesn't matter what disability you have or what loss you're going through. Promise you, man, we all have similar stories. So love to hear it, Navy Vet. Much love, dude. Dark, salute. At Road King. Big Ray, Knight. Big props to you and your family. God bless. Oh man, it's become norm for us, dude. Like, I'm so used to being out in public and being stared at, and like, especially when we take our daughter out, because she just makes noise, a lot of noise. I don't even pay attention to half those people, man. If we want to go out to eat, we'll take her out to eat. We don't care. And that's the attitude you got to have. And that's how you educate the community that you're capable as well. Chris Woodson's in the house. Welcome. Just wondering who makes the offensive calling. It's Josh McDaniels. Josh or Nick Lombardi. It's Josh. Lombardi helps him in the preparation, right? He helps put it together. He helps teach the plan. He helps the quarterbacks, making sure everybody's on the same page as he kind of does many jobs. But when it comes to the play calling, that's all on Josh. There has been times where he's given Lombardi an opportunity, but as far as I understand, not yet this year. Not since the preseason. Navy Vet 45, I got you. Navy Vet 45, I'm the oldest of three. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. In fact, we're getting ready to do a trip. We're trying to motivate the team right now. It was me, Kenny, who's on Independently Blind, and a couple of other blind buddies of mine here in town. We're heading out in November to Florida to kayak and bike across Florida to Key West. It's called Project Athena. You don't have to be blind to do it. You could have any type of loss or some type of traumatic event in your life, and they'll sponsor you the first time. It's well worth it, bro. They're paying for everything. Our flights, our food, the whole nine. It's going to be a blast. Navy Vet 45, all adopted with medical conditions and mental conditions. Yeah, bro. Like, keep hitting me up, Navy Vet. I would love to talk to you more, find out where you're at, and kind of help in any way, motivate, anything that could shed the light. 13. So just keep me posted on that, man. I'd love to help motivate in any way. I could change my content to help a little bit in that area too. There's 43 of you watching, 31 likes. Keep running them likes up, y'all. If you're in here, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. All right, guys. I think we're pretty much done for the night. I think I got the message across. So just kind of end it on a direct note of what I'm talking about and how it represents the thumbnail. Josh McDaniels is who he is. Okay. He is the problem. He is the clog in the hose. He's the clog in the system that's not allowing this to flow the way that at least Mark Davis envisioned that it could possibly be. And he can't be blamed for every damn thing that happens, right? It's not only his decision about Renfrow. It's not only his decision about other, Waller and players. This is a Dave Ziegler issue too. In my opinion, I'm waiting for Mark and Dave to come together or say something, to put something out there to let everybody know, hey, we hear you, we notice you, we know it's an issue, something that lights a fire, that puts him on the hot seat. And I don't care if they've done that behind closed doors and they're trying to keep it in-house. Look, man, you got to give the fan base something, bro. You got to give the fan base hope, because right now it's bleak, bro. And I don't think it's right. If you truly love your fans and Raider Nation, you let them know. You let them more than I just hear you or smarten up. We need to know that you hear us, and if you're not going to fire them, fine. It's your business, dude. It's your prerogative. But dude, you gotta put this guy in his place. Period. Road King Raider, can you speak on what will happen if we lose Monday? Do you think Mark will fire Josh? He seems to be feeling the pressure 100% from the fans. Guy can't even talk Vegas without the nations voicing their opinion. Look, I mean, I think they got a way out. I mean, it's Monday night. I mean, that's the one thing that's going to be spotlighted. We don't have to win to dodge a bullet. We just have to play well, which I think is lame. Again, I think your first decision that can come from Mark would be, there's only two ways that things are going to change, in my opinion, bro. Number one, it's complete locker room meltdown, completely lose the team, unarguably. And the other one would be to get embarrassed by someone like the Giants again after that, right? And something happen to where he's forced to by bye week. I don't see him, because I think he would have already done it. That's just my thinking anyway. I mean, the voices are just going to get louder if we lose again. But, Detroit's labeled as a good football team. I don't think any one of us would be surprised if we lose. However, I want us to be competitive. I want to see changes. I want to see deep balls down the field so we could try to open up this run game for our leading rusher from last year. I want to see things that are deliberately done, more aggressiveness on defense. I want to see some change. I want to see some effort. I want them gone either way. I just don't see Davis pulling that trigger yet. Too much time left. Navy Vet 45. My siblings are in Special Olympics. That's fantastic, bro. Like I'm trying to motivate the kids right now to find something. There's a lot of blind skateboarders out there that go into skateboarding competitions. I have a good friend who's actually going to be in the Olympics, and he's been sponsored and everything. He does judo. He's an older dude, but man, he is strong as hell, and he's really good at judo. Navy Vet 45. We Special Olympics. Oh wait, hold on. Or my sibling, I think I read that one. It was down here that I missed it. We need to link up for sure, bro. I would love to help out, brother. Let's see. Deep H2O V1. Good evening, all. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Deep H2O V, Ziegler, and McDaniels, our boys. But again, it's also business. They should have a respect that they could be boys if it all falls apart. And if I was Dave, he has a better chance of sticking around and building his craft here than siding with this boy and going down, going down with the ship with him. Because I think McDaniels has a better chance of landing on his feet than Dave finding another job. He'll just be another scout again. They will keep it hush hush. They can't. Oh, they will keep it hush hush. They can't. They came together and must go together. I don't necessarily believe in that. If Dave can sell himself and Dave can show progress and a plan and is willing to kind of fall in line, again, he's got to be willing to let his boy go. And I would put it on him. It's kind of like those old gangster movies, right? You hand Dave the gun and say, go do my dirty work. Get rid of your boy. Mark doesn't care. So the loyal fan base can do the same. Yeah, we got to smarten up, right? Navy Vet 45, facts. Navy Vet 45, Mark's attention on his females basketball team. Yeah, I think that guy, I don't know. It might come out later. That guy's got a little secret into himself, I think. He's not married, doesn't have any kids. Should tell you something. My prediction is the players will play for professional pride. 100% is at stake now. Professional pride is at stake now, and they will play, and I expect them to. But, it could come to a point where they just have the complete meltdown, and that's it, right? They need to let him go, and that'll start to show. And you have voices on this team that will start really saying it. They've already hinted to it as it is. It's already walking a thin line. Dodgers everything, bruh. We're getting smoked on Monday. It is gonna be sad. I think this team's good enough not to be smoked. I hope it's not. I mean, it's Monday night. We got to fight, bro. We got to start raising our level of play to our opponents. We can't just stay stagnant. And that's the other thing. I think Josh McDaniels not good at raising the level of this football team and getting them ready to go against bigger opponents. Navy Vet 45. A lot of fans don't know about the business side. That's why we moved to Vegas. Yeah, there's an NFL story behind that in general that not a lot of people talk about too. When it comes to how they want the money, they want those big stadiums, and they want to try to control. I don't know how to say it, but I'll do a video on it. I got to do some more research, but it was a given. No matter if we would have ended up back in LA or if we would have ended up in Vegas or San Antonio, there was a goal to change the narrative of the nation. Let me put it that way. They wanted to change the narrative of the Raider Nation. We've outgrown the NFL. We've outgrown the rest of the NFL fan bases. It's a proven fact. There ain't nobody that's more involved with their football team and their fan base. It's just real quick story. I'm going to have to get out of here in a minute, but go back if you have it recorded or if you have access to it and watch the whole feed of that Raiders-Rams preseason game. From beginning to end, all they would show is the Rams, and they would just zoom in really tight, like on McDaniels walking across the field. They just showed McDaniels. I think they showed Garoppolo maybe warming up or something like that, but they didn't show the stands. They didn't show the sidelines. They tried to keep it as less Raider specific as possible because of the whole LA thing, right? They're trying to kill the nation in LA. And I was having a conversation with a buddy I work with. He's a Rams fan and he's from LA, right? But I was telling him, like, you got to understand, this is a passageway. This is like a family heritage, man. My son didn't have a choice. And realistically, meaning when he got older, if he would have just said, Dad, this is my team, okay, it's your choice. But he knew it wouldn't be pretty, right? And now he's just as diehard as I am. So, I mean, you just pass it down to your kids. It's what we've done. And it's sad for them because they don't know what it looks like to be successful as a Raider fan. But it's going to be a long, long time before they get the nation out of LA. But that's the main reason they did not want us back in LA. And that's why they had to accept Vegas. They couldn't turn the money down, and they tried to control the narrative. YouTube is the best place to see that. Like, just go. I mean, it's impossible, by the way, anymore to count how many content creators there truly are out there for the Raider Nation on YouTube. But compared to like all the rest of the fan bases, it's insane. And the numbers tell the whole story. It's crazy out here. Way different than even when I started back in 2012. Deep H2O V1. They already melted down. Chicago was, let's see. Chicago was a classic meltdown. Well, as far as on the field, 100%. Raider John, yep. They didn't show the stands at all. And then they would put these screens up that would minimize the game so much and just be focused more on talking to the sidelines than really showing the game. And they kept showing the same 10 or 12 fans over and over again. They don't want to show the dominance that the Raiders have still, the threshold they have right there in LA, dude. It's hilarious. Detroit is a better team, getting throttled. Getting throttled by them would be no big deal. Yes and no for me. Like, I almost expect it. Navy Vet 45, salute Raider John. The thing is like, for me, it's not about holding our own. It's about holding our own and not necessarily losing the football game. I expect to lose. I just expect, with the talent that we have, at some point, Josh has got to wake the hell up and change something. He's got to start forcing the issue somewhere, because what he's doing is not working. So, but anyway, this is where I'm going to have to call it, my family. But I appreciate you guys. It's been another great night, another great conversation when there's really not a lot to talk about. I'm just glad that we were able to kind of add in a little bit more about Mark, a little bit more about putting Dave Ziegler in the middle of all that, kind of putting it out there that, you know what, he makes a lot of the personnel decisions, right? It's not, everything is not Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is not John Gruden. He doesn't have that kind of power on this football team. He's definitely the problem. He's definitely the clog in the system that's messing it all up. And if I was Mark, I would have Dave Ziegler the gun and be like, gotta go fire your boy. It's gotta be you. You want to continue, you got to be the one to drop it on your boy. So I think we need to spread the heat evenly across the board. But on the way out, good night, night. Good night, Raider Nation. D the Sum. Take care, brother. Deep H2O V1. Thank you. Dark, you already know my boy. Take care, brother. Navy Vet, we got to link up, bro. Much love to you and your family, bro. Raider John, my boy, you already know, dude. Hey, are you still down to try to talk offense? I don't know, man. I'm going to line you up. We got to get you back on here, Raider John. All right, man. Let's see who else was here. I know D the Sun was here. My boy Firebro was in the house. Dodgers everything. Welcome. Appreciate you. Go Dodgers. Let's see who else was in the house tonight. We had Dark as always. Deep. Nick 209 was in the house. We had Ray Gonzalez. Raider Ben was in the house. We had Rafa. We had Raider Jason was here. We had Ro King, Raider. We had Guadalupe Rodriguez was in the house. Thank you, Guadalupe, for participating. Let's see who else. These are stuff I'm remembering off the top of my head. We had Chris Woodson was in the house. Much love, much respect, brother. Big Ray was in the house. Respect. We had John Leon was in the house. Respect, brother. Let's see. As we go down. I know I said Nico 9. I think I met you. Raider Combo was in here. What's up, Raider Combo? We had, I almost missed one here. Raider Trav with a V. Raider Trav, appreciate you, brother. Let's see. We also had Tanaka. My boy Sam Tanaka was in the house. Much love, much respect, brother. Thank you for being here. Let's see. We also had Raider Nation Jason. Spells it different, but hey, Jason nevertheless. All right, let's one more time. Let's run it through one more time. We got it. My boy Ray Gonzalez was in the house. Appreciate you. We had Raiders Combo. Let's see. Raider Nation Jason. I got that one. Dark. Salute. I think I got most of you. Oh, Cuban Raider. Thank you, Cuban Raider, for being here tonight. Man, the chat has really been picking it up lately. I really do appreciate all the interaction. You guys help the show flow. I want to give you guys the voice. I know there will be a time, hopefully, that the chat picks up and it will be less and less of me being able to do that and at least catch up with the whole chat, but I will do my best to get as much of you guys in here as possible. Fuchizi, thank you very much. Fuchizi. Belinda was in the house. Belinda Brown, thank you so much. Appreciate you. D the Sun, my boy was in the house. Respect. Nick 209, as always. Hit Ray. We had Raider Twan was in the house. Appreciate you, Raider Twan. Big Ray. Sam Tanaka. I'm going really fast, trying to catch as much as I can here. I think that's it. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm trying to get everybody in as much as I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop it there, but I appreciate every single one of you. We'll be back tomorrow night. I know it's Thursday night football, but we got to start catching up on Monday night. So more news should be dropped. Even if it's a short or late show, we'll be on to talk about things that are happening. McNumnuts should come and take the stand. Maybe we'll get some news about Jimmy. Maybe we'll get the thumbs up or the thumbs down on his start. I know for a fact, I think it's safe to say if Jimmy can't go, that it would be AOC4, but it's hard to say. Hard to say. All right. Good night, everyone. Till next time, stay Raider strong. Night out.